Side of Baldassarri. No, he can't down into the Shimano Burfesses. Luti then stands firm.
Is limping away, and I'm not surprised he came down with snow on his head. Navarro fourth, for Baldassarri and Bindo following.
Simone inside the top 10, so really aggressive start from the lost 3 spots.
Into La Chapelle. Jorge Navarro trying again with Luti, looking back to Alex Marquez.
Texas and in Jerez when he was on the podium, his late race pace. We know the speed up's really, really good between Binder and Baldassarri, and it's Binder at the moment that's to
pit lane. He's in 13th, and that's the design.
Oh no, he's taken up Pasini.
I think Pasini just crashed on his own there, and that is another DNF.
Lead the World Championship going to Mugello. He just set the best lap, 1:37.892.
It's in 4 races up to now, but that's now 2 DNF.
17 points. He can get the job done here in France. Well, Lorenzo Baldassarri being strong.
Hopefully Lorenzo Baldassarri's okay.
Looked like it's too much curb on the inside. The riders do ride the curbs here, but with a little bit of humidity, a little bit of more caught out very, very early on.
Just saw a yellow flag. We'll get confirmation of that, I'm sure, shortly. On board with Luti, though, who still leads from Alex Marquez, there, number 73. Then
Nearly done into turn 2. That is awesome. Merciless.
That's so fast through there. Alex Marquez, what a move. Now he leads Navarro into turn 7, and Vierge equally.
Vierge, as he got on the gas coming out of the garage, out of the museum corner ride, you could see he just lit up that rear tyre. Perhaps potentially here at that point was your race leader, now back in third.
On circuit, his last ever podium in Moto2 was here 3 years ago, don't forget. Into turn, looking for the best ever Tasker Racing result for anyone. Behind Marcel Schrotter, trying to catch this group.
Well, Corsi has not had a top 6 finish since the British Grand Prix.
Out of turn 14.
Lost all the drive up the straight, didn't he? So Corsi now up into 5th place.
But he'll be able to cut it back. Xavi Vierge just
through, and he took the invitation brilliantly. Augusto Fernandez has been on the charge as well. The man who took his first podium in, got into the mix as well with Gardner and Trotter. Shouting now up the inside of Jorge Navarro. That's he used to ride, of course, Simone Corsi. Now on the Cal place. He's come
out on Tom Luti. Now these two know each other very well.
Yeah, they've engaged in a few. Marquez then from Vierge. There's a go, Steve. Yeah, he does like the circuit, 2016.
Jorge Navarro rattling over the curbs there at turn number now. Fernandez is there, then Schrotter, Bastianini, Lecuona.
Then from slightly slower. Yes. Marquez and Vierge did the exact of them. 1:37.626 from Marquez, 1:37.6
France. What a race he's had grid as well.
Well, the first time the Moto2 World Champion, Simone Corsi was 3rd behind Tony Elias. Jorge Martin's back out in the action.
Watch for the lights and watch the movement from Martin before the lights go out. And it's only 5 in Argentina and Austin.
Well, with the greatest free, given his recent record and where he started, he was the epitome of a rank outsider. Feeling with that front end, he knows after making the mistake he's doing. So Luti just using all of those experience and knowledge, perhaps just to keep himself. Be even longer odds than that, to be honest.
Maybe they kick. Across the line we go then. Still a long ways now, got over a half. Vierge to 5th place, the man that started 2nd. He's now falling into the hands of Binder and Fernandez.
Yeah, he was 0.8 of a second. Here is Binder. Navarro's in hot at garage fair. That's okay.
He knows that he just needs to be patient here. Navarro, this race can still come to him. He's strong. Additionally speaking, although Alex Marquez will be hoping it's not the stages, but right now he's looking strong. 6:10 Vierge, then Binder now in 5th, and Fernandez a bit right now.
Hey, it's a bit noisy here, sorry guys, but I spoke to the team manager about Luti in the dry because
coming at all from Luti, he's dropping right out of podium contention.
Just add something else to that. I was saying he's very strong, really happy with the bike.
A bit of trouble. I've got some bad news if you're a Sam Lowe's fan after crashing in qualifying yesterday, but this season he's in the Federal Oil Grassini team.
4th crash of the weekend. He was on the deck in the warm-up, he was on the deck in Q2. The position, Sam Lowe's, well, it goes from bad to worse. Back
8th at that point as well. Front.
Yeah, this is pretty grim viewing for Tom Luti fans at the moment. He's by far the slowest now from his teammate Marcel Schrotter. And Nea Basti is going as he always
is. Martin is at the moment after that jump start. You really do. That won't matter too much to him. He's in 26th place at the moment. He's obviously...
These two have gapped away the race pace now as well. We saw that happen to him in Qatar. RVA, but he faded really badly in the last 2/3 of the race. Is that
the Tasca Racing rider?
Thanks, Curse. What was I just saying? It's the best we've seen him rise for a number of years. Exclusion zone around the Tasca Racing garage now, because great chance for a victory.
He tried very hard, didn't he? Pushing and putting a bit too much force into those tyres at this stage. What a terrible shot.
Alex Marquez then now in complete. Simone Corsi left to ponder what might have been. Nightmare crash for him in the record Grand Prix in Mugello as well in a couple of weeks' time.
As well, there was a bit of tyre wear going on.
Absolutely.
Out for Matt. I mean, I praises of young Augusto Fernandez. He's a phenomenal prospect. He got his first ever podium back in Jerez, and 14th on the grid. He's in 4th, and he was the fastest.
Yeah, talking to Calex's boss, Alex Baumgartner early in the weekend, congratulating him on their 100th victory. Augusto Fernandez has been one. He's in hot, and Augusto Fernandez.
He's got excellent racecrafters, Augusto Fernandez. World Superbike paddock, and then went into the Superstock 600 club.
Argentina forced him out of the Texas Grand Prix. Still not actually back to his 100% peak physical best right now. I do feel better watch out, because when he is fully fit, he's going to be a Bastianini soon. Lutti and Schrotter, the only men inside the top 10 who are in the 38s. The pair of them introduced by Dunlop in Jerez. Schrotter physically.
This is why he felt like he had to force the issue a bit. He's going to high side. There you see him. He's got it.
Yeah, that's just a classic case of too much throttle, not enough temperature in the rear tyre. It's going to spit one for Andrea Locatelli. Thankfully, the rest of the field got thrown out tarmac thinking.
I just saw Augusto Fernandez had to take avoiding action there as well, running out. Go, the gap's down to 1.2 at the front because Navarro 0.30. Then it's Fernandez.
Oh, Remy Gardner's gone next place, just set his fastest lap of the race. A 1/3 turn 4 then has caught out Remy Gardner.
He's absolute. The 1XOX SAG Racing team are just going to have to pin that 12th from 31st on the grid.
Back row of the grid for Nagashima. He's in brilliant form anyway. Last time 3rd, top 10 in 54 starts. So this is in this Moto2 field. As Remy Gardner's race run its course.
Lap of the race so far. Brilliant from Alex Marquez. A 30C1 in this race so far from Alex Marquez.
Going with him, Jorge Navarro. 1:36 race pace. There's not going to be a minute these next 10.5 laps or so, because we're getting into the territory of the race where Navarro normally excels. Le Mans goes on. Good fight raging here then between Navarro, that's got it just through the Shimano Burfess, all cut back, not quite Claire's. Marquez's was the fact.
Matt, they're just going to play into the hands of Alex Marquez, who's now got a 2.1 second lead. I mean, that's 7/10. He's just
make a mistake going into garage fair. Just wonder, because next lap he was 1.1 seconds slower, Jorge Navarro, and he was right in the clutches of Fernandez, the meal of garage.
0.3 clear now. He's got precious points as well. We put him back in contention. Navarro knows as well that 20 points is big for him.
Rini's consistent run of 4 successive top 10s is going to come to an abrupt end here in France.
Well, yeah, American hasn't been anywhere near a points finish so far. That'd be a great.
37 flat coming in again from him, just a 10th faster than Jorge Navarro, just keeping.
Big problem area Alex Marquez has had at the start of this season, Matt, is of the race. He seems to have run out of Fernandez. Sees the smallest of gaps into La Chapelle, but
that would have been ambitious if he'd have pulled the top 3. Bastianini in 10th place at the moment, trying to hunt down Kalekawona. He's 8/10.
The fastest rookie, Matt. This young man would be
brilliant.
Kalekawona for company, now hunting.
There's Buliga, Lekawona and Bastianini, who've all done.
Call them on. Turns 13 and 14 behind Alex Marquez.
To Alex Marquez, who's running that brilliantly consistent fast rhythm.
I think Binder's race is run. We were warned that in the lap
faster than Lekawona.
I can't remember the last time I've seen Alex Marquez race. Statistic there of 30 podiums and 8 career wins. His last win.
That as well, believe it or not, amazing when you think of the, was the last time there was a Spanish race winner in the most. 0.8 seconds through the 3rd sector. That Marquez is not getting away from him. You can't break the shackles though. Fernandez, who's just continued.
Navarro, the pair of them, if they wanted to close in on Alex Marquez, they've just got a couple of tenths on that lap. They've seen
Bastianini this year. He's been absolutely brilliant. Just got to get his 4, not just the top 6, but the podium. So good as his fight out of this group. That's what's cost Nicolo to battle. Still a great ride by Buliga, though. Good to see him finally delivering on the. What's happened to Buliga then? Up at turn 2, heart in his mouth. See Dirt Ranch. Well, they paid off there for Nicolo Buliga.
Fastest lap of the race. Jorge Navarro in second. Are they going to put some late pressure here?
Fernandez, he took 3 confirmation on your screens of that 1:36.871. Up now to try and hunt down Marquez. He'd taken another 3 tenths out of Marquez in that first sector, and like you say, the Garage Vert corner, all of his great work under
from Spain.
Hoy Navarro, he may well regretted a mistake off the line in the restart in Jerez a couple of weeks ago. Augusto Fernandez has just set the fastest lap of the race. 4 tenths quicker than Alex Marquez. There's the gap between Marquez and pushing. He was smelling blood there, Navarro, but that looks like a mistake. Down Marquez, that's now in the hands of this man.
From Alex Marquez, his pace has been so consistent. It's been look that does in MotoGP at times. Can he? No problem.
Marquez just because they just cannot break that gap. In fact, own fastest lap of the race, a 1:36.862 rather. Just a fraction. It's going to take the tiniest of mistakes behind him.
These lap times are impressive at this stage of a race. Looking further back, somehow Lucian Schroth
in the top 3, multi-3 for Italtrans Racing, goes by the name of he has shown in every single race.
Much needed. And Watkins it's come down to, but there's only going to be 3 laps left when they cross the line, and he should be able to hold on to.
So with 3 laps to go, it has come down to a long time.
But Navarro has just thrown it all away. I just think that's a bit silly. Cost him half a second. And now it's a straight-up battle here for second place between Navarro and Alex. Will cost them victory by the looks of things here. Navarro goes in again too deep at Garage Vert, and through goes Fernandez once more.
Out of this French Grand Prix as well. The ride to should have been.
Tell you what, this would get Marc Marquez pumped up for his race coming up shortly. Of course, he and waving his flag for some time
of this Grand a couple of minutes ago. That lap, they're just done for Alex Marquez. May well need to be a
Garage Vert. This is where Navarro's made a couple of mistakes so far in this GP. This time he decides bounces on Xavi Vierque, who seems to have run into a bit of. That would be Brad Binder's best result of the season, although it's far from what he really wants.
Yeah, again, Alex and speed up. No way through. So Alex Marquez then within 5. He's got a buffer of 1 point. They drop down now into La Chapelle for the final time.
Fernandez, there's no room. Jorge Navarro.
Well, last season was the first time since.
So often you'd see Spanish 1, 2, 3 in Moto2. All 3 of these guys doing well. A long. This one in the bag, although the gap has come down.
Flawless. 2 corners to go. The Recordamont section to record
is over. Alex Marquez is a winner again in Moto2 here in Le Mans. Second place for Navarro, and it's a Spanish 1, 2, 3. And Alex Marquez, not just a win, but he's back in championship contention as well now.
Podium championship points for the speed-up man. A moment of history in 3 successive races and back-to-back podiums. Navarro was a 1,000th of a second quicker. Marquez grandstand official fan clubs for 93 and 73. It's been a long.
It's a good result all round for the championship. Information of that later, although Tom Luthi, like you said earlier, will be kicking himself.
Here's a stat for you as well, which I'm happy racing. That is the first all-Spanish lockout. Aragon in 2013. It's only the 6th time in Intermediate World Championship.
It's 31 points down. He's now just 11 down on Baldassarri overall.
To Enea Bastianini. Mark mistakes at the Garage Vert corner when he got into a serious rhythm. When all's said and done, though, it's another brilliant and the speed-up team.
How far they? And the championship is not going to be going. They've still got a chance if they can sort out their points as well. Oh, can you believe it? The old trick of trying to get. Oh,
there goes the just all calling to a halt. No gas, no juice. Then for Domi Agatu, with that actually back-to-back podium. Marquez family. There is Marc Marquez. He'll be off now to go and get himself suited and booted. GP race for the 2nd year in succession to take. I don't think anybody would have been putting too much of their hard-earned 3rd in the World Championship at this stage after 3 success.
Energised, hasn't it? Ahead of a huge race.
Cares. Food for thought for his teammate, Chief Gilles Bigot. Famous, of course, mid-class world champion back in 1999. Got time, look at that. Marc Marquez, as he has just made that young man's, not his day, not his week, he's made that young man jump on him at all, did he? Baldassari then crashing early on. And Bassini, great mates. Still no point scoring finish then in Le Mans for the rest.
Augusto, a great battle for another. Be pleased.
Yeah, I'm really happy. I couldn't open the gas. I was too on the limit. So I just think a bit and around the position.
Back-to-back podiums for him. Third in France. And we are looking at a real big star of the future, not just in motor and the progress of Augusto Fernandez. Tom Luthi is on Lorenzo Baldassari's crash, but 6 played early doors, but he just never really looked like he was going to step at the podium. First time since Japan 2017. Finishes just over a second clear of Jorge Navarro of chassis, and Augusto Fernandez back-to-back podiums for him. Luca Marini disappointing there in 13th, ahead of Joe Roberts with Stefano Manzi, his first point. Jorge Martin 20th, he jumped the start. Alex Marquez, he was down in the Recordamont section. Unfortunately, he was a faller out of the point. In terms of the championship, well, Lorenzo Baldassari, of course, who was a very early faller in that race. The title chase by 7 points going to his home Grand Prix today. Leko Ona picked up another top 10. He's 12th overall, ahead of Tetsuta Nagashima. Sam Lace 56 points adrift of Lorenzo Baldassari through penalty for jumping the start, and 1 point, the first point of the season. Well, today, their honour was upheld by the 7 clear of Dynavolt Intact GP. For Federal Law, Gresini Moto2, Tasca Racing till Simone Corsi bit the dust. They are dominating the new Triumph era, and Navarro and Fabio Di Gianantonio. Massive credit.
Jorge Navarro started on pole, led up the hill into turn 1 on his Dynavolt Involt.
Oke, welcome back to my channel. Masih di sirkuit Le Mans, Prancis. Kali ini dengan Jorge Navarro. Oke, kita berada di posisi paling belakang. Oke, kita akan start menggunakan motor sasisnya KTM, tapi mesinnya sama dengan motor Triumph bukan Tram. Oh, kita bisa merangsek di posisi ke tengah. Oke, kita tabrak sini, tabrak sana. Sekarang lumayan sekarang. Ini Bastian ini. Hector Garzo crash. Marco Besicki juga crash. Siapa ini saling menyenggol, senggol lama-lama dibacok juga nanti ada Aaron Kenneth. Augusto Fernandez. Oke. Marcel Sauter. Kita overtake saja si Sauter ini. Oke, kita sudah berada di posisi kelima, ke-6. Oh, menyenggol Fabio Di Gianantonio di turn terakhir, melakukan sebuah kesalahan yang sangat fatal dan kita bisa di penalti kalau ini race beneran, karena ini cuma game ya wes. Kita santai aja. Oke, kita melakukan kesalahan di turn ketiga dan kita masih mencoba mengejar mereka semua. Tetsuta Nagashima semoga berharap bisa naik podium untuk race kali ini. Oke. Kita masih berada di posisi kelima. Kelima. Oke, masih mengejar Tetsuka Tanagashima dan ini sangat susah. Sangat susah sekali. Tapi kita sudah agak sedikit terbiasa dengan motor moto2. Oh, menyenggol Luka Marini sepertinya. Oke, kita masih mencoba terus untuk memberikan hasil yang terbaik untuk race kali ini. Oke, Luka Marini kita overtake saja. Dua, Tetsuka Tanagashima, Dalla Porta pada posisi kedua. Oke, bersenggolan dengan Dalla Porta. Oke, kita sedikit nerabas di tikungan ketiga. Sepertinya Baldassari agak sedikit jauh jarak gapnya. Tapi kita masih berusaha untuk mengejar Baldassari. Oke, heartbreaking. Tapi sepertinya impossible untuk bisa mengejar Baldassari. Oke, kita coba memberikan tekanan terhadap Baldassari. Oke, tikungan terakhir. Oke, bagus sekali. Oh, dan akhirnya kita bisa menangkan race untuk pertama kalinya di Lemang dengan kelas Moto2. Oke, terima kasih. Jangan lupa like, comment, dan subscribe jika kalian suka channel. Jangan lupa share ke teman-teman kalian jika kalian suka. Oke, terima kasih.